Hello, today we're going to learn how to set up the Searchdog Network base station radio. So, step one, you've got the base station in its box, and we want to find an area that's safe from the environment, so we don't want it to get rained on, so we're going to put it in the back of my vehicle here. You want it free from overhead obstructions, because we're going to put an antenna on top of the car, so make sure there's nothing up above that the antenna might run into. So, step one, we're going to open the box and identify some key components. So let's go ahead and zoom in here a little bit, and we'll see the radio, the microphone, and here the microphone's already connected. There's the antenna, and the antenna is composed of the whip, which can unscrew from the base, the mag mount base, and then the antenna cable. The next part is the power cable. That's the red and black cable that comes out of the radio and comes into a standard 12-volt cigarette lighter plug here. So we'll set that aside. So those are our main parts. Now first, some cautions as we're working on the radio. First thing would be to don't plug the radio in when the antenna is not connected. Next caution would be don't transmit if someone's touching or near the antenna. And then finally, don't plug or unplug antenna connections while you're transmitting, or even while the radio is powered. So let's set it up. First step is to connect the antenna cable to the radio. And these are screw connections. You just line them up and tighten them, and make sure they're not cross-threaded. They should kind of seat pretty good. And they should feel tight. If the antenna isn't screwed onto the base, go ahead and do that now. This one's already connected. Then we're going to set the antenna on its location, and here we'll put on top of the vehicle. It's got a magnetic base, so it just kind of sticks on there. And when you put the antenna on the vehicle, you want to make sure that it's far enough away from people. You don't want to be closer than a couple feet to the antenna while it's transmitting. You definitely don't want to touch it, so kind of put it up out of the way. Then make sure your antenna cables kind of run so it's not where you're going to trip over it or it's any kind of hazard. Alrighty, next step. Let's plug in the power. And here I'm plugging it into a portable battery pack, but you could also plug it into your car. Make sure that's seated. Alright, let's turn it on. And to turn it on, there's a blue button. And you just press it, and the radio will beep, and they'll light up. Alright, so we're powered up, we're turned on, and we're plugged into an antenna. Now to transmit, take the microphone and press and talk. Now, there's a kind of quick way you can do this so that it sounds better on the other end. And when you hold the microphone, just kind of hold it to the side like this. Don't talk into it like this, but talk like this, and it'll sound a little bit better on the other side. One note on this radio: you can't transmit for too long. I think 30 seconds is a limit. So if you're talking to someone and it beeps and stops transmitting, its timer kicked off and it wants to sit down and cool for a little bit. So keep your transmissions brief. Anyway, when you're done talking, of course, let go of the button. We'll cover how to use a radio and operations and call signs and all that in some other guide, but this is just how to get going. So, we're done. Now let's go into teardown. Step one is turn off the radio. Step two, unplug it. Step three is detach the antenna from the vehicle, put it in the box, and be careful to not bend the antenna too much. Just bow it a little bit as you put it in the box. And then you can coil up the antenna cable, put it back in the box, coil up the power cable, put it back in the box, and then shut the lid. And when you shut the lid, make sure the cable or antenna coax isn't trapped right there, and you don't want to pinch it. And that's it. Thank you very much.